We're fucking live! Okay, listen. We got a quick one. We got a quick one today.
We do have a quick one. Are you sure it's quick?
It's quick because of one reason. Do you know
What's the
that
one?
reason?
What is it?
One of the co-hosts of this podcast is a fucking
I'm
little
listening.
bitch. Hey, you know,
For context. For
one
context.
one of
No.
us,
Time the
I
fuck
won't
out.
tell you who, but one of us doesn't even want to put himself in frame properly. He doesn't want to fucking talk. He wants to give attitude.
For context, everyone, right now.
Are you admitting guilt here? I
No,
didn't say
I
it
am
was
not.
you.
Well, it's
What if
obviously
it's
not you.
Oh, so you're saying it's not so you're saying it's you.
Well, I mean, yes.
Okay.
For context,
Context, yeah.
I
Mhm.
worked last night.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not only did I work
A lot of
last
us
night,
work.
okay,
Okay, go ahead.
but I also was unable
Mhm.
to sleep all day.
Mm.
I had class and I had other stuff.
Mhm.
And I come back and I'm not going to lie.
Mhm.
Was not feeling doing the podcast today because I've slept 2 hours and I have work in 2 hours. I've slept 2 hours.
Wow.
Not that I didn't want to do it, I want to do it. But I am very
Wow.
tired. I have work. I am
Wow.
tired.
Tell me,
What are you wowing?
let me ask you a question. These podcasts, they're quick. We do little short guys here, We don't
Uh
like
huh.
to take up too much time.
Yeah, I'm listening.
What the fuck would you have done if you didn't do the podcast today?
You want? You really want to
I
know?
want to know.
I would be asleep from 8 to about 9:15,
Okay.
and then I would wake up at 9:15, get dressed, and go to work.
So you're saying you would have taken like an hour and a half nap.
Yeah,
And
I probably
now that we're doing the podcast, what does that mean? That means you can't take a nap? Is that what you're saying?
depending on how long it is. If it's 30 minutes, I take a 30-minute nap.
So you're saying
If
it
it's
might reduce your nap time.
there's no, it will. I don't even know if I'm gonna take a nap. I'm honestly thinking about going into work, telling them I feel sick, and leaving. That's how tired I am.
So
And
let
it
me
was just, it was a whole mess of shit today. Like, you know how when you have those days where you're like, I have it all planned out. So I went to go I planned my concealed handgun license. Okay.
Yes.
I planned it and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll be back for the podcast.
Right.
Concealed handgun license ran an hour longer than it should have. Right. So then, so this morning, this is life shit for everybody. This morning, I fucking say I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sleep from 7 till 1:30. Drive to the class, get done with the class, come do the podcast, and go to work. That's 6 hours of sleep, 7 hours of sleep, whatever. Fuck no, my fucking dad. Can you order me this? Can you go get this for me? Can you do the? We have a boat. We needed to fix the boat. I ordered the parts. I couldn't do one part on it because I needed somebody. I needed somebody's help that knows what they're doing with the engine part. I know what I'm doing with the engine part. I just didn't know what I was doing with the new fuel line.
Mhm.
Fucking didn't get home until 10:30. Went to sleep at 10:30. Woke up at 12. Went to left here at 12:15. Dropped off my son. Got to the gun range at 1:30. Signed up. Did the class here. Tried to sleep in the car on the way back over here. Couldn't sleep. Just don't jerk it off. Okay, let me ask you a question. You're telling me right now that if you had 2 hours of sleep, you wouldn't go to sleep. The other day, we were playing Tarkov all day, and your ass is like, I'm too tired. I'm just gonna go sleep. Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your fucking finger off your goddamn eye.
Sorry.
Not the nose either. So
No.
would you, if you were in my situation, what would you do? Right? What would you have done?
So you're saying so you're asking me if my whole day had been taken up and I was on a lack of sleep, What
Yes.
would I be doing now? Would I
Yes.
be doing the podcast? Is that what you're asking?
No, what would you have done? What would you have done? Like, what would you have changed? Would you go to sleep? Would you have done the podcast?
Well, I
Would you have
mean,
said, I
to
got a
to me, it
Leichhardt
sounds like you
squeeze?
had no choice, but you couldn't sleep. You were busy. And if I
Yes,
was
that's very good.
busy, it's not like I could change the situation and then
Yeah.
go to sleep instead of being busy. Nah, I would have been busy too. But I would have been loyal to the podcast. And I
Okay.
wouldn't even
Oh,
consider
I can't
not
wait.
doing it.
I can't wait because this is gonna happen to you one of the
Yeah.
days.
Okay.
And
And
then
what's going to
I'm
happen?
you're gonna be like, "Hey, can you do it solo today?"
I will never.
And I would say,
Mark my
me,
words.
me
Never.
personally would say,
Uh huh.
"Okay, I'll do it solo for you." Now, fuck no, I'm gonna and that
So
one I'm
you're
gonna
telling
drag
me
out for
you wanted me
6
to
hours.
solo podcast? You didn't even tell me that.
I In Snapchat,
What?
I said, "Looks like you're solo today." You
Who said
said,
that?
"No, I did."
When?
Read the
I'll read
Snapchat,
it. I'll read it
and
right now. You want me to read it
you
right
said,
now?
"Yes, yes,
Yeah, I'll
absolutely."
read it. I'll read it right now. No, don't get your phone. He's out of frame. See, he doesn't even want to do the fucking podcast. It's
No,
unbelievable.
I want to do the. Oh,
Let's
don't
see.
you start your.
Let's see. I'll go back. Look, I'm on my phone. Let's see.
No, hold
Podcast
on, hold
today,
on.
7 o'clock.
Not
Short
a chance you look.
podcast.
No,
I
but when
said short, short.
I
Very
snapped,
short.
I
Indeed.
snapped you.
Uh huh.
Here, look, you see that right there? There's a snap. What I said, I sent a picture of my classroom and said, "In class, won't be home. Looks like you're gonna be solo." Here's what Nick replied: "Not a chance, you little fuck."
No, 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 no.
I said,
Your
"Huh?"
picture said, looks like we're not doing the podcast
No, I
today.
said I won't be doing the. You read it wrong.
That's
I
what
wish
you
I could go back.
said.
Let me.
Oh, but you
Oh
can't, so you don't even have the
no, it says right here.
evidence.
No. It
Let
says
me
right here.
see.
It says you're doing the podcast too. No solo podcast. Then we do it at 7.
I can't
Stupid.
see what you're saying. It says you're doing the podcast too. No, it says we're doing the pod. Look, you're reading it wrong.
It says
We're
you're.
doing the podcast too.
You're
Then
such
we'll
a
do it at 7, stupid shitbird. That's what I said. I can't read that. It's blurry.
It says you're
It
doing the
says we're
podcast too.
doing the podcast.
It doesn't say no solo podcast.
No.
You're
I don't know
so.
what you
I
might be
say
talking to a
screenshot,
different guy.
screenshot, screenshot. This will be posted with Guido being roast on Twitter and tagged. Fucking tagged.
Basically, what it comes down to here, the real topic at hand is I would never make you do a solo podcast.
You know what? But if
That's
you
the
ever
topic at
needed it,
hand.
I would do it
You know
for
what?
you.
If you
Can
needed
I
it,
ask you
I
a
would have done
question?
it as
Can I
well.
ask
I
you a
didn't know you
question?
wanted me to do it solo. I could roll solo. Yeah, ask me a question, please.
Why does it say episode 5, but on our title it says episode 4?
Oh, does it?
What are you doing?
Dude, I thought I updated it. Wait a minute.
What the fuck are
Oh, I
you
never
doing?
clicked update. Oops.
Can you do me a favor and oh, it changed it. You clicked update.
I clicked up. I had it typed in and everything on OBS. I just didn't click update.
I do want to bring up one thing from the last podcast. I did make a mistake and said she was left wing, she's right wing, or I'm tired right now,
You
so
know
we're gonna
what?
go ahead and
To be
flip
honest,
that. Hey, one
listen.
thing. Did you
Yeah.
hear? Do you happen to look at other podcasts to try and help this out?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
The only podcast I listen to is Joe Rogan's.
Go watch Logan Paul's last podcast.
I don't
It's
like
not
Logan
bad.
Paul.
It's not God. It doesn't matter if you like him or not. The guy's.
I don't like him.
Oh well, then you know
I
what?
gotta
You don't
like the
like him.
guy I'm listening to. You know what I mean? And
Have you ever sat down and listened to him?
yeah, I watched his
Hey,
one
did you hear the
podcast with
Drew
who the
Brees?
fuck? Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Dude, he didn't say nothing. I don't actually. Let me.
He
Uh,
basically, if I'm correct here, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of, "You shouldn't kneel. You should respect the flag. Take pride in being American. Blah blah blah." Which is, fuck yeah, I support
yeah,
that.
fuck yeah.
If you think you can kneel during the flag, well then you're
You're a
not
piece of
supporting
shit.
America.
Get the fuck out of my country, motherfucker.
And if you think you should kneel, or if you
Supposedly, I didn't
shouldn't
get.
kneel, then you're fucking all for America. I'm for
So
America. Why would I not
so
root for the country I live in? I'm rooting
I
for
know.
us.
So like I guess there was LeBron James calls out Fox News host Laura Ingraham for defensive Drew Brees. LeBron James, please do me a favor and shut the fuck up. You fucking cock-sucking piece of shit. You fucking crybaby fucking flopping fuckboy.
Wow. Big
I'm
words.
sorry. I
No, don't
like him
be.
as a basketball player, but you are a fucking piece of shit.
Great basketball player.
Don't fucking slam people for their thoughts. This whole fucking people slam people for their thoughts. Nobody's allowed to have a fucking opinion nowadays,
So here's the thing,
and
and
then they get slammed for their fucking
I'm gonna
opinion.
play devil's advocate here. I know you love when I do that, so I'm gonna do it. Drew Brees comes out with his opinion on the American flag, and you agree with it, and it's okay. But then when LeBron comes out with his opinion on shit, you say shut the fuck up.
No,
Would
I
it
say
be?
shut the
Would
fuck.
you
I say
rather?
shut the fuck up because no, he. I'm saying I'm not saying shut the fuck up. Like I'm saying shut the fuck up and don't like criticize him for his beliefs. I am telling him shut the fuck up for criticizing him on his beliefs. You can have your beliefs. I don't care to hear what you have to say. Me personally don't care what you have to say. But every time something comes against something he doesn't like, he fucking throws it out there and this, that, and this, and is angry about it and calls people out. Bro, like if I'll listen to other people's beliefs. And you know what? I've had my mind changed on a couple of things that I didn't think were like I didn't think it was possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just a couple of things randomly. LeBron James does not do that. LeBron James is like this is the way it is. This he's a
I mean, most people are. Most
no,
people,
see that and that's what's
they.
wrong with most fucking
I agree.
people.
Most people have this idea that their ideas are right, and if you try and sway their opinion, then you're just a dick or you're just wrong.
If LeBron James
People don't have
does
open
it over
minds.
his, if he does it over his social media and does all that shit and says all this that this, good. That's your platform or that's your area where you can do it just like we do it here. When you're on ESPN, please don't fucking talk about politics. No one cares to hear it. We don't go to ESPN to fucking hear what your thoughts are. We go to
ESPN's for
ESPN to
sports.
hear sports. Simply end of it, sports. Stephen A. Smith, I hate that dude too. He's a fucking idiot. But like don't talk about that shit on ESPN. Nobody cares to hear about it. We go for sports. That's why I stopped watching ESPN for so long. Political this, political that, political this. And you know what's funny is I had a conversation with my father. My father hates Trump. I vote, like I said, voted for Ben Carson. I even when Obama was president, I wasn't a fan of his, but I recognized he did good, and he, in my eyes, did bad, good and bad. Trump, good and
Every
bad.
fucking president
Every
does good
fucking
and
president's
bad.
not going to be perfect. Every president's not going to be perfect. Okay, but they slammed like Greg Popovich is a fucking Spurs coach, and I love the Spurs, but I can't listen to that loudmouth fucking jackass talk. All he does is talk shit. Like he is your president. Instead of slamming him, you want him to
Yeah, I
succeed
don't get the
because then
idea of
it
that.
makes the
Yeah,
country succeed. It makes everybody in the United States succeed. That's the problem with everybody. They are fucking one sided and they don't want anybody to succeed besides themselves or who they like.
I agree. I don't know why
It
you wouldn't
makes
root for the president. You should be rooting for the president no matter who it is. It could be
he's
fucking, I don't
it's like
know, a
it's not
fucking major
rooting for him
dickhead.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's not rooting for him anymore. He is the president. What it is rooting for him to do good for the
Yeah,
country.
exactly. Yeah. Like
Do I believe
want
Trump has a go ahead?
you should want him to do good things and you should be supporting the shit so that he could, have backing to do shit that could help the country. But if you're just
Yes,
constantly
exactly.
at war and fucking doing this and fucking no, we should have had this and he's not my president and fucking blah blah blah, it's like, well, you're not really doing any good. I mean, he's still fucking president. You
Yeah,
bitching about it's
you're
just
not going to
causing
change the
tension.
fact that he's pregnant, president pregnant,
Yeah, he's not
president.
pregnant.
You're not
Well, maybe he
changing the
is. I don't
fact
know.
that
He's got a gut.
you never know.
He's got
So
a
you're not
gut.
changing the fact that he's fucking president, and it's not going to change. People are like, well, he got impeached. No, he didn't get impeached.
Well, he did.
He got acquitted. No, he got impeached. Okay, so there's a process to impeachment.
Yeah.
He
It
got
passed the
voted
Senate,
at
but it didn't
it
pass
passed the
anything
Senate and didn't
else.
pass the House. Exactly. So he
Exactly.
didn't technically get impeached because he got acquitted and no charges.
Yeah, he got
And
impeached by the Senate, but that
they're
doesn't
like,
mean he was
well, the
impeached.
Senate isn't it most democratically ran?
Yeah,
Of course, it's gonna fucking pass.
yeah, and then the House
Of
is
course,
mostly Republican, and it didn't
and of
pass.
course it's gonna fucking fail.
Yeah.
Of course. So like, it's so annoying the
And
way
to be
this shit is.
fair, on that point, is that the House is mostly run by Republicans, and it didn't go through. His impeachment didn't pass through the House, but it's like that goes to show that people don't go off their beliefs; they just go on what side they're on. Like
Oh,
I
without
bet
a
there's a
doubt.
lot of Republicans in the House who don't like Trump, but they fucking backed him on that because they are Republicans and so is he. So like,
No,
well,
I mean,
I don't like him, but I gotta back him. And then same goes with Democrats. There's probably a lot of Democrats who maybe agree with some of the shit and maybe agree that, you know what, I don't even know if he really deserves to be impeached. But the Democrats want it, so I gotta vote for it.
you want to know
It's
where?
it's
Yeah, no,
so
you're
dumb.
absolutely
You
right.
should just vote for what you think instead of grouping yourself into a fucking political party and just going
You
with whatever the majority goes with, you go with that too.
you want
It's
to know what I
stupid.
want to know is why Drew Brees says his beliefs gets criticized for it all over fucking TV. LeBron says his beliefs, but nobody's allowed to criticize him.
Because most of the
Nobody,
people on social media are fucking Democrat fucks.
most of the people on TV are Democrat fucks. I doubt it.
Generally, I
Okay,
mean, you got to think about
no,
who's consuming TV nowadays.
no. But
Uh,
most of the people that are like
like my generation
co-host.
is mostly fucking Democrat because people grew up fucking soft nowadays, and
But no,
Democrats
that's
pander
that's
to
not what I'm saying. I'm not even.
softies.
Yeah, that's what I'm not saying about that. But I'm saying like, okay, so you're telling me most of the reporters and broadcasters they are all Democrats. No, I'm guaranteeing you half of them are Republicans, but they talk shit on Republicans because if they do it, they'll get criticized, they'll get fired, they'll get this. They want what's for TV there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I Nobody's allowed to slam LeBron James
Mm-mm.
or
Because if you
nobody
do, you get
they
branded
no
a racist too. Don't forget that, because
you,
he's black.
yes. Well, that's it too. I mean, you got what's that fucking lady that did come to Drew Brees' defense? I forget her name. Um, Hold on. Laura Ingram. Him
Yeah,
and
on
LeBron,
Fox News, right?
her and LeBron have always had it out for each other. They've had it out before each other. I believe she said the same thing as we said.
Yeah,
But
she
but the
said
thing
shut
is,
up and dribble one time about him, which is
yeah,
funny.
so check it out. Drew Brees makes his thing out. She supports Drew Brees.
Hmm.
Okay, LeBron fucking criticizes Drew Brees. Then he criticizes Laura Ingram for supporting him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why? Like, bro,
Well, his point was, how come he can say his political views, but I can't?
LeBron James does all the fucking time. And LeBron James, I don't know the
Well,
whole thing
he was
about that.
saying, why didn't she slam Drew Brees for talking about politics, but she slammed LeBron for talking about politics? His point being, oh, you're not going to slam people you agree with. You're just going to slam me because you don't agree with me.
No,
That's his
see,
point.
now, where did Drew Brees say it? Did he say it on a post on Instagram or
I
did he say it
don't
on Sports Center?
know. I don't
Because
know.
if he said it on Sports Center or ESPN or any of that stuff, I wholeheartedly will say the same thing as I said about LeBron. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know
Talk
where he
about
shared it
sports.
on,
If he shared it on Instagram or
or
Twitter or
Twitter or
whatever,
something. Yeah.
people follow you for you that. Do your thing,
Yeah,
bro.
that's your
Do your thing.
private
That's your
fucking
shit. That's
thing.
your shit. When you're on ESPN, any sports network, do not talk about politics. Nobody cares to hear. Now, if you go on air and you're talking about it and they fucking like you have an interview with Fox, okay, that's your shit now. Do it there. But when you're on, my problem is when you're on ESPN, no one wants to hear political talk. I don't go to ESPN for political news. Okay. I go to hear sports, to hear trades, to hear this, to hear all scores, everything like that. That's my point. So
Yep.
if Drew Brees did say it on a on a sports show, sports anything sports, bro, shut the fuck up. That goes along with both of them. And
Hmm.
I agree with Drew Brees, but if he said it for ESPN, I just heard about it like through random shit, like newsletters. But if he said it on his own social media, I don't follow either one of them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I
But
don't
if he
either.
said it, then they both need to shut the fuck up.
I think
It's annoying.
a lot of hockey players, I give a lot of praise to hockey players for not talking about politics, but a lot of them have been talking about Black Lives Matter and shit. And
Because if you don't
it's
talk about
because
it
yeah, it's
nowadays, you're
because
racist.
but yeah, it's because I feel like if you don't talk about it, you get fucking slammed right now. It's
And you know what
crazy.
the fucking crazy thing is? Here's what I think is absolutely crazy. There's a kid on fucking on TikTok. He posts this thing where he says, "If I make this shot, I like white people." So he grabs the ball and throws it across the fucking road. So he's saying he hates white people.
Yeah, he's
Okay?
implying it. Yeah,
He's implying it.
like a fucking weirdo
If a white guy would do that
to a black,
and
say
says
black guys.
if he yeah if a white guy were to do that to black guys or Mexican guys, whatever may be racist,
Yeah,
he says if I make this shot, I like blacks, and he throws the
throws it
ball
across the
across the
street.
street. He's a fucking racist, but a black guy's not racist, and nobody's reporting that shit.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? You know what's crazy and hypocritical about this whole thing is that they're saying shit like, we want equality and we want this and we want that and we want everybody to be equal. But it's like, well, you can't make posts like that and want everybody to be equal because you're putting down people. Like, if you want everybody to be equal, you got to start talking about race. You got to start talking about us as a whole. And if you can say white people can't say this, well, then black people can't say the same thing about whites that whites are saying about blacks because it's equally as racist. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I know
Like,
it's true.
just how
And you know
about
what else
stop
is it?
talking about race? Just fucking stop.
You know what else is another thing is like you have a bunch of white people, interracial couples, everything like that, right? They wholeheartedly, they have mixed kids and everything. They wholeheartedly believe in the protest, not the rioting, the protest of Black Lives Matter. Me personally, I know what they're getting at when they're saying Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
but me, when you say that to me, I feel like you're segregating yourself to say you matter above everybody else. And I understand it's the situation of a black guy dying to a white cop, but if you want unity, it has to say all lives matter.
yeah. I understand what they're doing with Black
I
Lives
understand
Matter. I
too,
get it, but
because
it's just
that's the problem right now.
yeah, it's
You want
always gonna cause turmoil by saying it because fucking there's gonna like no matter what it means Black Lives Matter too, and they're just shortening it to Black Lives Matter. But it's like it doesn't matter what it really means if people are gonna constantly not know what it really means.
well, this guy Seth Rogen, every time he posted something, blackout, whatever,
Yeah.
every time somebody said like they didn't agree with
Hashtag
him, they
all
said
lives
all lives
matter.
matter.
He would say fuck
He
you
said
and
fuck
shit.
you,
Yeah.
like stop following me, stop
Unfollow me.
doing
Don't
this.
watch my
Dude,
movies.
shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. I would knock you the fuck out, dude.
It's
So
just
what
I don't know.
what I was getting
I
into
think
my
if
original
they
point
just
was
made it Black Lives Matter too, that'd be great.
no,
I'd be
I
fine with
wanted
that.
to say I mean Black Lives Matter too. Yes, okay, better.
Yeah.
If you want unity, it's all lives matter, man. Like because it's not just black dying from cops, it's Mexicans dying from cops. It's actually
Everybody.
white
It's
people still dying.
everybody.
Everybody's dying from cops. Here's what I fucking don't get about this whole Black Lives Matter movement. When you have white people supporting Black Lives Matter, they get made fun of for posting Black Lives Matter, blackout, whatever. What is it? Tuesday,
Blackout
Blackout Tuesday,
Tuesday. Yeah.
Blackout Tuesday. They get made fun of for doing it. Motherfucker, he is fucking, and it's not even celebrities. All celebrities are doing it. Random people do it. Oh, you're fucking white. You don't understand. Motherfucker, he is supporting your fucking movement. He is supporting what you're saying, and you're fucking chastising him for it because he's fucking white. You racist motherfucker. You're just as racist and you're no fucking better.
Yeah. It's the hypocrisy in the whole race debate is just fucking unreal. Like,
And here's the thing, I can say
just
both sides
fucking
of it because I'm fucking brown and I see black, white, whatever, dude. Like I like it's unbelievable, man.
it is. It's just so bizarre that people are still talking about it so much. Like, look, I get it. There's definitely racist people out there in the world. 100 million%. There's racist people out there. And you know what? There's always gonna be racist people out there. You can't change the minds of everyone on the planet. You can't. There's always gonna be those guys who are
See,
racist.
And here's the news:
So,
ET can't. No, I understand, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and uh, you can't fucking bash an entire race of people, white people. You can't bash all white people because the majority of racist people are white people. Because the majority of white people aren't racist.
Yeah.
I don't know
If
anybody who's legitimately racist,
I have met
as far as I know.
legitimately, I met a couple of people that thought they were racist, and then they were doing it when they were younger, and now they're not.
And you know
I
what another thing is with racism is like,
uh,
you know how many people, like, you go on Twitter and you see a black guy post something like, fucking normal, whatever, and you go into the comments and there's a guy calling him the N word. People say that's racist. Yes, it is. But I guarantee you, 90% of the time someone does that, they didn't do it because they're racist. They're doing it to just piss you off.
oh, absolutely,
Like, dude, there's
absolutely. They're
people who
trolls,
just,
internet
yeah, they
trolls.
just go on the internet and just say the N word as much as possible just to piss people off. And it's
Oh,
like, they're probably
absolutely.
not actually racist, and I guarantee you they would never say that shit in front of a fucking guy's face who's black. Because they would get their shit kicked in, rightfully so. And they know it. So they go on a fucking anonymous little egg account on fucking Twitter and they call people the N word all day. And it's like,
Yeah.
they're not
So
racist within. They're just fucking assholes. That's it. They're just dickheads.
yeah,
Like, but does that mean that all white people are fucking racist because some fucking egg on Twitter came and called you
and
the N word?
the
No!
the
Eh,
news doesn't help this shit out. So this ET Canada, Entertainment Tonight, I think
yeah,
Canada, says Seth Rogen says fuck off to anyone criticizing Black Lives Matter. I read some of the posts because I wanted to see about it.
yeah.
They didn't criticize it. All they said was all lives
Hashtag
matter.
all lives matter, yeah.
That's not criticizing Black Lives Matter. That's simply saying
Yeah.
everybody's life matters. And he see like that's not true. Nobody was criticizing it.
Yeah,
I
people
mean,
say that all
don't get
lives
me
matter
wrong.
is
You
like
were
fucked up or bad. It's like, well, no, they're agreeing with you. They're saying Black Lives Matter. They're just saying, well, don't forget about the rest of us.
they're saying it's not only
They're
Black
saying
Lives
we
Matter.
all matter,
Everyone
including you,
matters.
black people. You matter too. We care about you too. But just don't forget us. Look, I have no problem with people using Black Lives Matter because I know what they're talking. I know what they mean. But not everybody does. So, maybe some clarification, a little modification.
I
BLM2.
understand it.
BLM2, Black Lives Matter too.
I'm
I don't
so
know.
over this shit.
I'm sick of talking about race all the time like it fucking matters. Race doesn't matter. You know
Oh,
what I
dude,
mean?
we literally have had every race play a game together, and we don't fucking ever talk like down to
Yeah,
each
like
other.
I don't know, man.
It's so annoying. These people are so fucking annoying. This country is just.
It's crazy that it's going
Uh,
through this whole thing. Like,
I don't even know, man.
I don't know. It's fucking bizarre that
It is.
I mean, out of the protesting, I hope something good comes out of it. I'm worried that the National
I
Guard or
don't think
something's
it
gonna get
will.
involved, and
The
then people
National
are
Guard
gonna
is
start.
involved.
Like more than they are, and they're gonna start
I
fucking
just
gassing people in the
I
streets,
don't
dude.
think it will. I don't think it will
I
because
hope it does, cause I really
you
do
have
think there's a lot of
people.
fucking stupid cops out there.
The
There's
thing
definitely a
is
lot.
there. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of. Okay, I wouldn't say there's a lot of stupid cops, but I would say that they get highlighted, which is great
Yeah,
that they get highlighted. Not in the way they get highlighted because people have died, but they get highlighted because it's a because of camera, social media now, which is great. I fucking hate bad cops. I
yeah,
love cops. I
yeah.
hate bad
Absolutely,
cops.
I do too.
I fucking hate bad cops. But
Cause they give
here's
the
the
rest
thing.
of them a
Here's the
bad
thing. Who's
name.
the first people? Okay, so LeBron James and all them are talking about, oh, cops this, cops are bad. Somebody breaks into your house. Who the fucking first person you gonna call?
Yeah, really. What are you gonna call
The
your fucking?
cops.
You're gonna call your neighbor and say, "Hey, come over and help me." No, you're gonna fucking
No,
call the
you're gonna call
cops
the
and be like, "Come
cops.
save my
You
life."
need cops, but we need. And I'm not so against cop reform, but nobody wants to. Half the people don't want to become cops anymore because they have such a bad
I
reputation
wouldn't.
because people hate on them.
Yeah,
How about we?
unrightly so.
How about we weed out
Ref-
the bad
yeah,
cops?
reform the system to
And I
weed
would
them
say
out.
reform. Yeah,
Weed out the shitty cops. Get them the fuck out. Give the cops a fucking good name again. Get the fucking ones who give them a bad name out of the fucking force. and fucking we'll all live happily. We'll live
Yep.
happily if all the fucking cops, or the more cops than there are now, are good, just cops.
Yes, sir. You are
That's what we
correct.
want. That's what the protests. I think.
Should and hope stand
I
for.
think
These
that's what they're
riots are just
for.
people taking advantage of
I
a
hate to think
situation
that.
that.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I do think a lot of people are out there to take advantage of a situation to make themselves look better, or they're out there to take advantage of a situation and fucking riot and fucking loot and burn shit down out of fucking craziness. But
Yeah, it's
hopefully
fucking
hopefully
ridiculous.
something good does come out of it. I want
I
something good to come out of it.
So do I.
I'm skeptical of whether or not it will.
I want something good to come out of it. I would like the fucking
I
United
would
States to
love.
come together and fucking succeed for once in the last fucking, I don't even know. I'm just gonna say 32 years because I've been alive for 32 years. They did it
He's old.
once, and that was during fucking 9/11, and now it's back to shit.
Yep.
And it's
I
ridiculous.
just hope we can all go back to appreciating cops. That's what I would like.
Yeah, I mean,
If
I
we
hope
can
we
reform
go to a thing
cops to
where we
make
fucking
everybody happy.
appreciate everybody
Yeah.
because, like I said, everybody matters.
Yep.
Every single person, which makes this country run. Everybody, people wanted to move to
Not
this
just people
country.
you agree with.
Yeah,
Everybody.
people want to move to this country because it's supposedly the greatest country, freedom, this, that, and this. Right now, it is fucking dog shit.
Yep. People are going fucking nuts over here. And hopefully that gets better. You know,
We'll see with
I'm
time,
rooting
right?
for equality.
We'll see with time.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I think that's it.
We'll take it with that.
We've talked about
We'll come back
some
stronger on Monday.
heated topics have been talked about. And we will be back, and it will not be a solo podcast.
Oh, what happened? I thought nobody said it was going to be a solo
Oh, except
podcast.
you right now.
Oh, shit. All
Uh
right,
huh.
everybody.
All right. So with that, we're looking at here, motherfucker.